Dad, come put us in
Said 3.
the back. Oh, I forgot to put that again. Somebody open up.
Shalom, shalom. Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yours is going up now. I had to change something.
1, 2, 1, 2. Let me know when the first one's up.
Movie's good.
All right, shalom, shalom. We want to give all praise and glory and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash.
want to give double honor to Apostle Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well. And the mighty shalom, the listeners and believers, the Akim and Aqua said, rooting his faith and truth, pushing the will of the Lord day in and day out. This is the Gary Branch Great Millstone coming at it again with another live show. Lord willing, is edifying. We're going to start with the book of Ecclesiastes 3, starting from the top if you can, brother.
Ecclesiastes 3 and 1. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the sun. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted.
God, that's how about Shemi Awashai? It's the Most High who appoints these times. Can brother get that in one in Proverbs? I get it. In Proverbs, I think. I forget exactly what chapter.
Increase.
72. I'm thinking, get whatever y'all got, because I know it's plenty of scriptures, but Yahweh appoints the time. You know, he set what bounds you cannot pass, you know? And those bounds are set for everybody, you know? And that same things apply for nations. The Lord pluck up and he plants. He wound and he heals, man. It says the Lord, like, I the Lord do all of these things, and there is no one that can deliver out of my hand, you know?
4 and 37.
Start at 28. The second half is 4.
Yeah.
You can jump to 40. What you're getting, but I think the point. I want to get a point on 28.
You want to get that out?
Nah, you can finish that. Ecclesiastes.
Kind of finished Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 3 and 3. A time to kill, a time to heal. So like, and a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up.
Time to break down and the time to build up, man. And this is the time of building, and the time of breaking down the wickedness of this nation, and building up the righteousness. You grab that now. Second Ezra.
I was just start 28.
Yeah. What's on your say?
Second Ezra 4 and 28. But as concerning the things where thou askest me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, but yet the destruction comes. But the destruction thereof is not yet come.
The evil is sown, but the destruction, the consequences for the evil is not yet come. And another word for sown is planted. So it's already done. You know, the action has already taken place. The seed is taking root. Go ahead.
It says verse 29. It says, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then it cannot come. It said, then cannot it come that sown with good.
Then it cannot come that it's sown with good.
4:29.
God said, then it cannot come which is sown with good if the seed of evil be not plucked up. And if you correlate that to our law, you cannot plant seed with other seed. If you plant in a field of crops and it's corn, you can't plant cucumbers in the same field. It's not in our law. You know, you got to take a whole nother field and then plant a whole nother whatever your crop is. You know, so same thing with righteousness. Before you plant anything, you got to turn over the soil. You gotta start fresh. You know, mix it up. So the Lord gonna shake things up over here and destroy it. Go ahead.
It says verse 30. It says, for the grain of evil seed have been sown in the hearts of Adam from the beginning.
Yep.
And how much ungodliness have been brought forth unto this time.
Which is sin. Sin was brought in there. Look at the fruits of sin. You know, and then there's another scripture in the Apocrypha. It says the truth which has been so long without fruit. You know, so it's gonna be revealed. But that was it to that second edge. But that was what I wanted. But you keep on going.
I'm going to jump down to the point. Verse 37. 2 Ezra 4 and 37. By measure have he measured the times,
Yep.
and by number have he numbered the times, and he do not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled.
Until the said measure be fulfilled, until he pleases him, until his desire be met. That's when he plans to move. When his desire to be met. You know? Nobody else but his. Alright, precept. Was you done?
Precept.
That was it.
Out of 75. This is Psalms chapter 75, and I'll start at 5. It says, "Lift not up your horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but Yahweh is the judge, and he putteth down one and setteth up another." Right? So we're talking about kingdoms and kings. You know, it's another precept in the Apocrypha. It says, "One that is never thought of has worn the crown." You know, verse 8 it says, "For in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red, and is full of mixture. He poureth out of the same with the dregs thereof. All the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them." Right? So it's going to be a time appointed where we're going to recompense the heathen for all of the iniquity that they have done. That time is not yet right now. Right now we're in the time of war. You know, because Yahweh Shem Yahushua has not came back to the earth and claimed victory yet. You know, but it's happening, and it's even through the mouth of these heathens that it's happening. You know, because Trump deemed this a holy war. He believed that so-called Jesus has anointed him to bring in the war of Armageddon so he can revisit the earth. Which we know this devil's devices is going to be a ploy to deceive the masses. But to be honest, prophetically, he's telling the truth. Hopefully he's telling the truth. Hopefully this ain't be the war, man. Ain't going to be no ceasefire.
Man, if I may, the Lord allowed these nations, man, talking about the Lord, he don't judge right away, he allowed the nations to build up their iniquity.
Yep.
Not even counting, I think it's in Genesis, or I could be wrong. We said that the iniquity of the Amorites have not been accomplished yet.
Yeah.
So he said, pretty much, the Amorites was the Canaanites at the time, so it wasn't that time to be judged. The Lord had allowed them to build up their iniquities.
Yep.
And then that time of judgment came when the Lord pretty much brought Israel into the holy, into the land and cleansed the land.
Yep.
That was that time of judgment.
Just like different kings. Remember the one king, Ahab was wicked. But Ahab humbled himself. He humbled himself. He put dust on his head, put sackcloth on, and then the Lord told Elijah, he said, "All right, don't, you know, I ain't gonna deal with him just yet, because he humbled himself. So I'm gonna prolong his days." So it's all according to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The iniquity got to be set for him to move, man. He move at his own pleasure when he wants to move.
That's beautiful. That's what makes Yahweh so makes him just. You know what I'm saying? Basically, he gives you enough to hang your own self. Well, he don't even give you the rope. You by just your nature plays everything out. He already knows how you are. He just lets you play it all the way out. I got somebody said that. Somebody got something?
We can hold it.
Okay. No, go ahead. 'Cause I mean, go ahead.
This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 13. It says, "For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination, and therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly."
That's beautiful. It gets the point right on here. Whatever's already in you, the Lord just plays that out. And then we kind of examine the things that's in us, and we get a chance to pray it away. We see wickedness because you got to study. The Lord calls you to do this thing, and then, like I said, use all the tools that you need to keep you on the right path, man. You can't just do what you want to do. You know, the Lord lets that stuff play out, but you got to pray and ask for forgiveness and pray and ask for strength.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but on the other hand, this damn devil, man, he full of pride.
Yeah.
You know, and his mindset is, shit, he could do whatever he want to do.
Yeah.
You know, but really, he just moving, you know, because he know he got a short time, you know, to fulfill his enterprise.
Yeah.
You was gonna say something, bro?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like it says in the book of, I think it's Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. The sentence against the evil work is not executed speedily.
Yeah, that's it.
Therefore, it sets in the hearts of men to do evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because why? They don't get judged right away. See, we do things, the Lord fuck us up quickly.
Yeah.
That's because the Lord loves us.
Yeah.
But the 2/3, the heathens, especially Esau, he lets them build their iniquity because he's going to deal with them at a later day. And when he deal with them, it's going to be way worse.
Yeah, he said,
You know?
he said he created the wicked for the day of evil.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? All that, just like he puffed up Pharaoh, man. It's gonna go into it right quick.
Yeah, that's what I said. Just what you just read. That his pomp should bring him low.
Exactly.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Yep, this is Sirach 10 and 14. The Lord had cast down the thrones of proud princes and set up the meek in their stead. You know, And this is what we're hoping for, man. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, man. We always quote. You know, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows, man.
Right.
You know, and what we're seeing right now is the Lord, you know, doing his work, you know, and bringing down these kingdoms, man. You know, because all these other kingdoms is thinking that they finna, you know, have up next, man. You know, hey, but we here to tell you, man. Hey, sorry to say, we got next, man. You know, and it's gonna be our turn to roll, man. Under Yahweh Shah, of course. Let me finish this out, bro. This is Sirach 10 and 15. It says, the Lord hath plucked up the root of the proud nations and planted the lowly in their place, man. You know, that's why they going to be so amazed at the strangers of our salvation, man. You know, they going to be so amazed at that, man. Damn, this the one, you know, this is the one we had in derision. This is the one we made mockery of, you know. And we the underdog because they never expected for us, you know, to be, you know, rulers of the earth, man. You know. And if they never expect, you know, 2/3 of our own people ain't never expected it, man. You know. But this is what we out here doing this work for, man. Okay. The scriptures say, if thou desires thrones and scepters, man, honor wisdom, man. You know. Go ahead, bro.
All right, the story of Joseph. He went from prison to prince.
Prison, that's it.
He was literally in the prison one day. Next day, technically the prince is using. You know, and that's what's gonna happen. You know, that's what's gonna happen to us. God's gonna take us out of this prison, and we're gonna be sitting on thrones, ruling, judging the nations.
That's it.
You know, and you read that account of Joseph. All the nations came to who? Joseph.
Yeah.
Pharaoh like, hey, you deal with him. Y'all come to him.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's how the Lord gonna do with us, man. They're gonna, of course, starting with Yahweh Shai. You know, King David, the rest of the 12, and the rest of the 144,000. We're literally gonna be coming from prison to princes, and the princes of this world are gonna be going from princes to prison.
Yep.
You know, so it's gonna, everything's gonna, as we go up, they going down.
Yeah. What's that, Luke chapter 4 you just quoted?
Deuteronomy 30:7.
Yep. This is Sirach 10 and 16. The Lord overthrew countries of the heathen and destroyed them to the foundation of the earth. He took some of them away and destroyed them, and have made their memorial to cease from the earth. You know, we see that right now. It's what Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what I'm saying? All these nations, you know, they had their time to rule, man. You see? And the Lord set bounds, you know, that all these nations could not pass, man. You know, and it's going to be a time, what we speak, what the elder brought out, Ecclesiastes, man. You know, it's a time for everything. It's a time for these nations to rule. And it's a time for them to be thrown down as well, too, man. Y'all go ahead. I think the brother
Book of Psalms, chapter 50, starting at verse 20. It says, thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Started around 16. Yes, sir. Verse 16, it says, but unto the wicked Yahweh saith, what hast thou done to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth? Right? And we understand that these Jewish people claim to be those the Lord's people. Well, yet, what have they done? What have they done to actually declare the laws, statutes, and commandments in this world? Right? They keep saying one nation under God, but we understand that it's not under the God of what's it called, Israel. Right? They have done nothing but actually being contrary to what the scriptures say. It says, verse 17, seeing thou hatest instructions and casting my words behind thee, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him and hast been partakers with adulterers.
And that's what you're seeing right now with America and the state of, you know, ISIS right here. You know what I'm saying? ISIS right here. You know, you seeing that now, man.
It's not real.
Yeah, it's not real.
It's
You know,
not
they
real.
they consenting and going along with everything that, you know, the least of the flock is saying, is doing, man. You know, and which America ain't nothing but a big ass whore. You know what I'm saying? That great whore. You know, that's willing to do the bidding of their pimp, man. You know, but that's what we're seeing right now. They consenting to, you know, it's those that headline with all those kids just got destroyed in that
the school.
Yeah, in that school.
Yeah, in that school.
You see what I'm saying? They you know, trying to justify it. Now they saying what they at war with Amalek. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know? I mean, these devils, man, ain't got no righteous bone in their body, bro. You know? But here it is, you want to claim that you doing, you know, you ushering in the coming of Yahweh Shai, man. You know? You a hypocrite, man. Go
They
ahead.
claim it on the righteous hand.
Right, exactly.
Right, yeah, they try
claim
to,
it righteously.
Yeah.
No, they you
Yeah.
you the wicked one.
Because
Absolutely.
people, and if anybody know prophecy, no, they can't be the holy, they can't be the land because
Right.
it's been bombed.
Come.
All right, what the
Yeah.
scriptures say, 'cause that shows you that they don't believe, they don't keep what the scriptures say. They
Absolutely.
be at peace. They
Exactly.
selling the shit out of that place.
Yeah.
But what, last year, did they just sacrifice the red heifer?
Yeah,
So ain't
right.
none of your
Yeah.
prophecies coming, all your
Yeah.
prophecies going to shit.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
people, this just shows you how dumb the people are. Because every prophecy that's supposed to be in it, it's not fulfilled. It's not fulfilled in the scriptures. So that proves y'all don't read, man. You know?
But the scriptures, they also, but at the same time, they are fulfilling prophecy.
Well, yeah, at the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
time, they
yeah.
fulfill the prophecy. I'm saying, but their prophecy that they
Yeah.
supposed to fulfill
Yeah.
proves that they're not the people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they fulfilling the prophecy that we preach.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I said like this thing is a turning upside
Yeah.
down, man.
Yeah.
You people don't read. If you read, you'll be like, wait a minute.
Well, even if
They
read
can't be the people
Yeah.
because this is happening. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm saying this is common not. If you read a book and then you go see the movie
Yeah.
and they play out different, you're gonna be like, that ain't what happened in the book.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Yeah.
It's a difference. That's why a lot of people be like, man, the book was better.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Yeah,
Because
come,
it's
come.
not correlating.
Come. And
You know what I'm saying?
And that's them, elder. That's them not measuring the time
Yeah,
diligently in
beautiful,
itself.
kind, brother.
You
Yeah,
know,
but
they're not. Go
it's
ahead.
like that, but it proves his point because it's all the prophecy, man. It's a time for everything.
Yeah.
That things is happening is scriptural. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be happening.
That's
But the
what
things
it is.
that you predicted that to happen, oh yeah, we're going to do the heifer, and that it can't be right.
What's the point? That's the point of lies.
Yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah.
people can't get it. People can't get it because the angel don't want them to get it.
God,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Howard
yeah.
Shai got the
They
keys.
was
to
blinded.
all
Yeah,
of it. Exactly. Howard Shai got the keys, man. He don't want them to understand.
yeah.
You know.
Like a movie, like you see a movie, and then you got the time at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So, certain things are going to take place at the 100, stop at the 140 hour in. And
Right,
this is
right.
This is going to happen.
Right,
Yeah. Why would the climax happen 5 minutes into the movie?
right.
You know.
That's a crazy movie. Verse 19, Psalms 50:19. It says, "Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit."
See.
Yeah.
That mouth of evil. There you go. They just broke it down.
Yeah.
Like they say they fulfilling certain prophecies, right? And those prophecies that they say they fulfilling they not fulfilling.
Huh.
The prophecies they don't say they fulfilling,
Yeah.
they are fulfilling.
Yeah, I fulfill
You know?
it. The Lord called.
Yeah.
No matter what they say, well, these people can do nothing against the truth, but for
Yeah,
the truth.
for the truth, yeah. Yeah,
Like I
that's
said,
it.
Genesis 50 and 20, you meant it for what you meant for evil.
Yeah, bro. Hey, man, it's the scriptures all day long, man. And we sitting back. That's why this is why we say this is a beautiful time.
Absolutely.
People look at us like, well, they ain't about, you ain't saying shit yet. You went to all the hell break through. We up here just like, told you, niggas. But even though we catch our hell, hey, we gonna accept it because we read it. We know what we supposed to be going through, man. It's gonna be a beautiful thing, man.
That makes you, knowing the truth makes you accept
Yeah.
things happen.
Yeah.
You're able to accept it. Like, it's like the elders like to say, it's hard to, I gotta probably be beheaded.
But
It's a hard pill to swallow, but it's the right
Yeah.
pill to
But,
swallow.
it's a humbling, you see boxers, boxers train, and they, that's why a lot of them, because Mike Tyson was one of the ones, because if you notice, Michael was kind of humble. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else all glam. Mike just, that's what made him so motherfucking, Mike was like, I'm just coming here to beat your ass, that's it. Rip a towel, put his head through it, go out there, whatever theme music, he wasn't worried about that. He just came for one purpose, man. Seek and destroy, that was it. And see, our mission is kind of preach this truth and fuck this kingdom, man. Fuck this place.
I was a destroyer. I was bred for.
I was said, yeah.
And so
said,
funny.
now I'm in the heart of humbleness, and I miss him. I miss him.
But he was more humble when he was first coming out, man.
And it's
The
money.
word is beautiful. So it's like it, brother. It was beautiful because he was a beautiful example because Mike was humble while old boy was what's his train? Like he was alive, he was humble. But when he died, man, and he got all them other motherfuckers in his ear, that's when the fucking spiraled out of control, bro. Go ahead, Slocky.
And I was gonna say, like back, they said Mike. He said before he go to the ring, he used to be nervous
Mm-hmm.
because he didn't know what to expect. But
Yeah.
as he got closer and closer, his confidence started.
But that pride, motherfuckers kept telling him he was the greatest and the greatest, and pride crept in, and this, and this, and that shit just overwhelmed his ass, man. Motherfucker went to cannibalism. You're a prime example of America, bro.
Psalms 50 and 20. It says, "Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thy own mother's son."
Mm-hmm.
All right, we understand that through time and time again. Who do they always want to blame? Who is the face of all types of problems? They want to blame us. All right, but yet every time you blame us, you be blaming us for stuff when we not even around.
Mm-hmm.
It don't even make sense.
Yep.
Everybody in the movie, Don't Be a Menace.
Oh, and man,
The Koreans, they was worried about niggas. Everything buy. Everything buy. And this nigga, he
robbing it.
robbing their ass, then he killed their ass, and then he, I used to watch this shit when I was short. I ain't understood that. He started saying Mexican, ain't understood. So I was like, oh shit.
Like, listen up, baby.
Come on,
This nigga, he gets away with everything, but not, everybody now, you can no longer frame Jake no more. Everybody like, nah, nigga, it's you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But now we understand why he getting away with it. You know, he's getting away with it. Was that scripture say he that will let until he be taken out of the way, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is letting this devil, think that he's getting away with it,
He's
but
doing it
really
on
he's not.
making you think he's doing it on
Yeah,
his own.
you know.
That pump is something else. Once, I mean, because you gotta realize, man, like they weaponry, man. When you get stuff, man. Well, I understand we know how it is. Some of us might, you can feel like in the world, when he was in the world, that pride demon. Even if you was a certain type of person, I never liked it, but I kind of, when people say too much good shit about it, I be like, man, all right, I'm cool. It felt funny. You know what I'm saying? You like it, but it's like, okay, man, that's enough. But this nigga's like gets fed up off of it. You can hear it in the speeches.
Yeah, of course.
Clearly, they not fucking winning.
Yeah,
But this nigga get on there, but everything, it's not on your terms no more. You done already killed motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So now their take on it is like, we gonna bomb you and keep bombing, and then they got two other countries backing them.
Yeah.
So they ain't using none of that shit.
Yeah.
They can do this all day long. That's why the generals told him, don't go to war with them.
Yeah.
Now this dude's still trying to control, like, oh no, it's gonna be over with. It ain't you pass beyond that.
Yeah.
You ever get in a fight ring and shit, before the bell ring, you be like, I quit.
Yeah.
You quit, you forfeit. He gonna keep coming at you. He's not gonna stop.
Yeah, ain't no stopping.
I quit.
Yeah.
No, ain't no quitting
Yeah,
fighting.
you
bro.
gonna start some shit,
Shit.
and then now you
wanna
quit.
You
No,
wanna quit.
bro.
You wanna be the one to quit. No, you done already started the shit.
I would say it's funny. It's funny you said that because just today he tried to blame his advisors, saying that
Bro,
they the ones
see,
that.
you know what? That's that pride, cause he already, man, bro, man, you brother see, man, watch Elder Malcolm's video, bro.
I've been watching them.
Bro, there's a chick on there, and she's doing an interview. No, it's a guy. He's doing an interview, and he's saying how these, bro, that video was mighty, bro. I watched it this morning, and the guy was basically saying, he's so used to things. The way his mind is trained is once you get a business and it fails, it goes bankrupt. It's just a failed business. You get up and try again. This dude got so many companies that's bankrupt that it becomes a strategy. This is how he operates now. He operates off. He'll tell you, basically it's a Ponzi scheme. Keep going on and on and on, and he makes money like that.
Yeah.
He don't try to. He just lies, and making money. All while this shit going on, this dude is pocketing money. He really don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So it's actually a strategy that he's doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's his MO.
Oh yeah.
He got all failed businesses.
You talking about Trump, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and see, that's just like playing the stock market.
Yeah.
You can either win going bearish, or you going when the stock market going up, or you can win while it's going down.
Yeah, and
bearish or bullish.
That's a beautiful point.
You know?
Because basically that's what the elites do.
Yeah, exactly.
They tell everybody else, hey, get it when it's going up, but
Yeah.
they make money off the crashes.
Yeah.
The fucking what's it called?
Recession.
The recession.
Yeah,
The big bankers got
Yeah.
rich. Everybody else was up. They called it was raining bankers. They said the bankers and shit was jumping out of the windows.
Yeah.
But they was getting bankrupt.
Yeah.
But the big ones, they was one making the money.
Yeah, money.
You know?
I was watching this man back was saying with Elder Malcolm. There was a point the dude brought out in the video. It's because he had a series called The World War Epstein,
Come.
and pretty much he's bringing out how you American people, you voted, which we know is all the will of the Lord.
Yeah. Right.
Pretty much, you put a businessman They said this nigga don't know
That-
politics.
That's it. Yeah.
Because you got people that's
Beautiful.
politics and he's a businessman.
He's a
He's not a
businessman.
politician.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you in a politician realm, they say even the way he speak, he don't
Yep.
know
Yeah.
so many words. Like Obama, he was like a
He was
trained
eloquent.
politician.
Yeah, he was an eloquent speaker.
Although he worked for the elites, but
Yeah,
he's a trained
yeah.
this nigga's a businessman.
This man's a businessman. Yeah.
And we know, America ain't nothing but a big business.
Businessman.
It's like
Yeah.
a corporation,
Yeah.
and that's really been sold out. What's that in Nixon?
Yep.
Sold them out,
Yep.
to the
Watergate
overseas,
shit. Yeah.
the overseas companies and shit.
Yep.
Those
Yeah.
countries and nations from overseas. Hey, America's for the pickings.
Yeah.
So they really
Yeah.
don't care about,
Bro.
what I'm saying, the United States of America.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you've been sold to the highest bidder, man.
Yeah.
You see, but you gotta bring out, you gotta put on that front as if, you care for the people. You gotta make certain slogans like "Make America Great Again."
Yeah.
You gotta do certain things like that to keep the people on your side.
Yeah.
Well, all that on the back hand, you really, destroying the people. Man.
Yeah.
Now you see a lot of the MAGA, they mad at Trump.
They
Man.
mad,
Now
yeah,
you see
yeah.
a lot of the supporters of Trump. They furious of him. What's the other?
They believed in him.
What's the other? The ICE.
ICE,
A
yeah,
lot of them
yeah.
not getting paid.
Yeah.
MAGA supporters. They
But the
supporters.
chick that had it, that's who they fired.
Cut
That's
off.
the
Yeah,
chick.
yeah.
That's the chick that they fired.
Exactly.
So that's over with. See,
Exactly.
but like he was saying, that video, brothers watch that video because them two videos he put the videos within his video
Yeah.
that he put up. They was on one chick was a military chick.
Yeah.
And they was sitting on points, man. But about that business thing, bro, I was like, bro, and that's what these people want. America is a corporation, and he runs it like
That's
that.
it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's so you can't get. But what you a person that runs bad business, they hype it up and then they run it to the ground and they profit off of it.
Yeah.
So that's just what he did. And it goes back as far as Nixon. You're right, because if you think about it, America strategically where it's put, man, America should be. It should be no country out doing that. This place should be looking like Singapore and all them countries got them bad, bro. Where it's geography sits and the way it's set up, bro, this place should be flourishing. But it was never made for that. These people are on an illusion. You know what I'm saying? Because this place it was set up as a big ass Ponzi scheme if you think about it, man. And it was all through the will of Yahweh. I was trying to water. Go ahead, brother. Yeah, I got
one more
too.
verse.
All right.
Psalms 50 and 21, it says, "These things hast thou done, and I kept silence."
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we understand that this links right over the book of Ezekiel 35. It says, he thought that they would be a prey, the southern and northern kingdom. He thought the Lord had pretty much set us up to be devoured completely by you guys.
Yeah.
Right? But you have to understand that even since the time of Cain, the Lord has just been letting you run up your debt. So when he does come down with that judgment, hey, he gonna come down with his full wrath.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. What you just got?
It says, "These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Though thou thought this, that I was altogether such as one of thyself.
Mm-hmm.
But I will reprove thee and set thee in order before thine eyes."
Based on what y'all was just speaking about, because basically what you were just saying, they profit off a collapsing system because of price gouging,
Absolutely.
which in the Isaiah Habashimi Al-Shah be looked as usury.
Yeah.
So I got price gouging is a term used to describe the act of raising prices of goods, services, commodities to a level that is considered unfair or unreasonable. It often occurs during national disasters or unforeseen emergencies that cause a supply stock, and typically involves goods. It typically can involve essential goods like food, water, or gas.
Mm-hmm.
During these times, demand can spike as people try to stock up on basics or leave the affected area. So
Yeah,
basically, he creates the
Beautiful.
problem
Right.
to price gouge people.
That's kind of, hey, Gillian, you gotta get the dialect.
Galen dialectic, planned
Go
obsolescence.
ahead.
All of these terminologies is already in the scriptures. The
Absolutely.
scriptures call them usury.
Yeah.
You can't put a drink to thy neighbor and say drink to bribe him.
Yeah.
It's a way
Yeah.
to gift him, put a gift to him to pervert his judgment.
Yeah.
They pervert the judgment of the people, but they ain't gonna succeed with the elect.
Oh, that's beautiful.
God.
Say something.
This old saying.
No, y'all go ahead. Y'all got
Oh, you're done.
This old saying, devil at a good prices.
Christ
Go
go
to
to
the
waste.
waste. Go to the waste.
That's why I saw a video said China got their eye on Taiwan it's in their best benefit to help Iran.
Yeah, and that's
Russia got their eye
yeah.
on Ukraine.
Ukraine, right?
It's in their best benefit to help Iran because we have Iran. America can't be stationed. If America win, they got a whole nother base.
Yeah,
For the same reason Trump didn't want, he wanted Greenland, they want Iran.
yeah.
You know?
And it's another beautiful thing that's happening too, because all these other countries, kind of like the NATO ones, they actually really they kind of know what this dude did, but they actually not. I think Australia was the only one to send troops. They sent a few troops and shit. They sent shit, but a lot of these countries are sending shit, and they're allowing them to use the base. But like being fully engaged, because the nations that's over there, they show you that the Lord is working. Because the nations that's over there, the nations that's in that area, they not joining. Like, hey, look, man, we ain't gonna fight. They fucked up y'all bases, but y'all need to get this under control because they don't actually want to go. They don't want to fight Iran. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really got the whole skin in the game like that. They like, well, y'all base is fucked up. Now America's like, nah, hey, why y'all ain't fighting? They was like, they don't want to do that. Nah, bro, this your shit.
Ain't got shit to do with
You
it.
know, you ain't got shit to do with it. You know, your base is over there. And plus, America is reneging because those bases would sit there to protect those nations. You know what I'm saying? So now that they not protected, they kind of like, hey, man, this ain't looking good, dude.
It's not my fight.
You know, because they fight.
Well, look, well,
I was gonna say the spirit said that because I watched El Yashar Rumble, which I've been through that too. You bring out that whole region, Iran, Afghanistan, that whole region, they call that the death of the empire.
Yeah, yeah.
Anytime an empire ever tried to conquer that region, that was the downfall.
The downfall,
Afghanistan, that whole area,
Yeah.
because strategically it's impossible.
It's impossible to do it.
Yeah.
The mountain terrain is really it's fortified by the mountains.
Absolutely.
So when you think about ground troops and supplies and all that, it's hard to get shit into that area because even with the modern technology, they say it's hard because you got tanks. Tanks can't drive through fucking mountains. You can't do it.
That's the spirit, because that's how America is. That's why it's never been. That's why in the scriptures, man, it's Babylon, the virgin daughter, because it ain't been no battle. You can't. It's too far. It's surrounded by two big bodies of water. So they gonna see you before you even try to come over here. You know what I'm saying? You can't invade from nowhere. Then you come from the west. You got the Appalachian Mountains. Then you got so many. So that's beautiful what he brought out, because it's the same thing here. Only thing the way this case is gonna be took down, man, is by missiles. That's it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be no ground war. But and over there, when you there, America knows that because all the wars they sent over there, they lost. All of them. They won't admit it, but they fucking lost, man.
And even Russia, back in the 80s when they invaded Afghanistan, they lost.
Yeah.
They couldn't conquer that region.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Well, they lost Vietnam.
wait, who voted?
I'm old.
Nah, I finished
You
it.
finish yours? Okay. Yeah, because
All of this, because everything that you bring out is valuable information, but valuable information is something that everybody got. But the one thing that everybody don't have is how you can correlate it to the scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the prophets are here for.
Yep.
You know, like everything Al Jazeera is saying, and all of these news outlets, and all of these hypotheses. You know, we actually got the end result.
Yep.
You know, everything brothers were saying is on point, but we can correlate it to the scriptures and how it applies today.
Yep.
You know what?
All right.
I got a couple things.
Yeah, this is back up on point because the Lord is the one that bring the increase. This is the way He brought the increase upon us righteously. It's 1 Corinthians 3 and 3. I'm starting 4. It's like 3 and 4. He said, "For while one said, I am Paul, and another, I am Apollos, are ye not carnal?" Verse 5. Who then is Paul and who is Apollos? But ministers of whom believe in the Lord, gave to every man. I have planted, Apollos water, but God, the power giveth the increase. So the Spirit of the Lord, man, is what's going to bring this to a full fruition. And like you said, all these things are geography wise, it ties into the Spirit. But like you said, we bring that out because people think that it's just happening. It's supposed to happen like that. No, it's all spiritual. All right. Verse 7, he said, then neither is he that planteth anything, neither he that watereth, but the power that giveth the increase.
Hey, all this is orchestrated by the Lord.
Yep.
You know, this is an orchestration of the Lord, man.
Yeah.
You know, Lord is increasing pride into these other nations' mind, man,
Mhm.
into thinking that they finna be the next superpower, man.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
That's it.
But in return, the Lord is increasing our faith because we're reading and measuring these prophecies, man.
Yeah.
And we're seeing what's about to happen. You know, and we was letting you know, hey, this is about to happen, man.
Mhm.
And now we see it come in full fruition, man.
Yeah.
What's the scripture say? Habakkuk chapter 2.
About the
Vision is yet for the appointed time.
Appointed time.
But
that's
the
right.
end that shall speak and not lie.
I was-
Though it
I-
tarry,
I
wait
was-
for it.
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, because it will surely come and it will
Yeah.
not tarry.
Yeah.
Now, the Lord just boosted increased our faith, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, we got more faith, you know, to continue on the fight, man.
That's it.
You know, and sit back and watch these maniac lunatics,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
destroy themselves, man.
Yeah, man.
You
Yeah.
know, go ahead.
They might in the book of Daniel when it says the right on the wall.
Yeah.
God, yeah,
yeah.
We open up talking about the season, the measuring.
That's it.
But it says, mene, teka,
Grab
teka.
it up.
It says pretty much, and your kingdom has been found wanted.
Found
wanted, yeah.
Weighed and found
Wait,
wanted,
found
man.
one, yeah. Yeah, the Lord measured you out, man, a long time ago, man.
Yep.
You know, and now, you know, the Lord is just about through with you, man.
Yep.
You know, go ahead.
And he weighed them, and it ain't enough. It ain't enough.
yeah.
Not enough.
Yeah.
I got one real quick. This is Ezekiel chapter 38, and I started 10. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, it shall also come to pass that at that same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought." So what's the things that gonna come into your mind? The same thing that came to Pharaoh's mind, the Assyrians' mind, the Babylonians' mind, the Greeks, the Romans. All right, that evil thought is gonna be war, man. You know, it doesn't matter what they want because they don't want a war. You know, I know that they have these nuclear capabilities to taunt that show of force and their power, but it don't belong to them. It's how about me outside.
Right.
It says, so the Lord will put it in their mind to think that evil thought was to push that button. It says, and thou shalt what was this?
Yeah, because I was gonna back up what you're saying because so much so that they created technology that if something was to happen, then they would have I think Russia got some. Yeah, the dead. Who's in the dead hand? Is that the Russians?
That's Russia.
Russia's at the dead hand, but I believe the state of Israel got
I don't know.
not the Iron Dome. They got
That's just not working.
not the Iron Dome. They got
Patriot, which the
I
ones
know.
that you're talking the ones that intercept.
no. Just like the dead
Just
hand.
like
If
the
something
dead
was
hand.
to happen.
Okay. If something happened, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a default system or something
I
like that.
got you.
What
They
it-
call it the Samson option.
That's it. It's called the Samson experiment, the Samson option.
Okay.
You got some information to read on that? You can hold it to later.
Because
if you got it.
I got it.
that's a go ahead, it gets explained. Go ahead.
You gonna say something?
No, go ahead.
Con, it says the Samson option. It says which refers to a
Speak.
doctrine of massive nuclear retaliation
Yeah.
if the state faces
Imminent destruction.
pretty much
Yeah,
destruction.
Yeah.
It says it is not like the Soviets'
Come.
perimeter system. Let me see what else it said.
Yeah. It's pretty much like a kamikaze type of hack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To where
Same
shit.
as dead.
Yeah. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know.
That's what a dead switch is.
Yeah.
A dead switch
Yeah.
is.
So yeah.
If I don't update the system gonna act on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
if you kill me, it'll still happen regardless.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and so just to back up what the brother's saying, man. This is what we create, we're correlating what's actually going on with these scriptures, man.
Right.
And letting you know, hey, these fuckers are lunatics, man. You see what I'm saying? And we literally sitting back with our popcorn, you know, just really, you know, reporting to you what's going on, man.
Yeah.
You know, thus says the scriptures,
To
man.
be honest, they just possessed, man.
God,
They just possessed by demons. That's it.
that's it.
The Lord just sent evil aberrations on them to think of evil thoughts, to do this, to do that, to do all this sexual immorality, you know, to do all the wickedness they're doing. They are lunatics, man. Because they said when the demon was on the man, he was lunatic. You know?
That's it, bro.
You got more to that?
It's out of your mind.
Out of your mind, man.
Yeah, I got a little bit more to it. It says the Samson option refers to the possibility that if Israel faced total defeat or destruction, it would respond with massive nuclear strikes against its enemies and potentially other strategic targets, man.
Hey, you got to get this the Edomite's mindset. If I can't have it, None of you
My
can
dead
have
body.
over my dead body spirit. That's
Mhm.
that's the Edomite mindset.
Oh yeah, because when they took over Gad, the dead man switch was kill off all our cattle. You know, so they can't have it.
Exactly.
Well, it's the same nigga that chemtrailed the sky
Yeah,
in the same air that he has to breathe himself.
yeah, but them elites think that they in the other parts of the world, so they don't
Yeah,
control
now,
those side.
yeah.
You know, but
Wait, what's that scripture where it say, for those who cannot do good themselves?
yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Yeah, you can get it, bro. Well, go ahead with your
Let me finish this out. It says at the same time, back at Ezekiel 38:10, it
Right.
says that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, and all of them dwelling without walls, and having neither bars nor gates. And that's America, man.
That's
You go
America.
one state into another state, one city into another city. You know, even when you go to fucking Mexico, you know, there's no border there. It's an imaginary line that you only can see on maps. You know, this is the land of unwalled villages, and also the function of a wall is for protection. And this place is going to be defenseless against the nuclear missiles.
Okay.
All right, verse 12 is the last. It says, to take a spoil and to take a prey, and to turn thine hand into thine desolate places, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods, and that dwell in the midst of the land. All right, now that prey and that spoil is gonna be the people, man. Everything over here. It's gonna be for a sacrifice. It's gonna be burnt up like the sacrifices of old. You know, you load up.
Yeah, quick one. Back y'all up. Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, that's the Lord's determination, you know, is to gather these nations together, man. What's that, 793? You know, somebody can get it, Lord willing. But the Lord's determination, his will is to get these nations together, destroy it, man. You know, while they thinking that they being strategic in their moves, it's really the Lord sealing up their instructions in their heads, man. You know, to make that move, man. To create these certain things, man. You know?
I got
Yep.
it.
He's being persuaded.
That's it. Go ahead.
This is Zephaniah 3:8. It says, therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey.
Mm-hmm.
For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms,
Yeah.
to pour out upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger.
All the fears of anger, man. And really, he's doing it for us.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, that's what. Go ahead.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, because it says, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
Because we can never understand the mind of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Imagine if you have a child and somebody putting their hands on your child.
Exactly.
Time and time. You gotta sit there and watch it. Time and time again, man. Your anger gonna get built up to a point where it's gonna overflow.
Absolutely.
Go
As
ahead.
the scriptures say, jealousy is the rage of a man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And the Lord, He's seen how these other nations did us when we was in their hand. You know what I'm saying? He like, man, just imagine if you had a girl, you still love her. You know what I'm saying? But you like, man, this mother, you know what I'm saying? Put his hands on you. You see what I'm saying? You gonna be furious, man.
Yeah.
You know?
That's like Bowie Baby Boy.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember with Bowie Baby Boy?
Rodney.
Yeah.
She came, she was crying. She told Jody everything. He said, "That nigga did what?"
Yeah. You know, and even though she wasn't in the most, month, I would say,
Situation,
good situation.
Because she kind of,
Yeah.
well, he thought with
Yeah.
the movie they showed you that 9 times.
But no, she was still off though.
Yeah, she was still
Yeah,
off.
she
She
was
was
still off.
stay there. Yeah.
Yeah. Favorable.
Think about the ancient world. The
Yeah.
ancient world.
Susanna.
The woman did anything. The woman did something with another man. You put them both together.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You'll feel good.
Exactly.
You know.
If I may, she was going on because she was contacting that nigga when he was behind
Yeah, there you go.
bars.
She was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
So she
yeah.
wasn't innocent.
Yeah.
All that stuff happened based off of her doing.
And that's really us. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? That's really us. We not innocent.
Yeah.
But the Lord's love for us, he still had that compassion and long suffering for us. You know, he want to avenge, us you know what I'm saying, for these other nations, you know, treating us, man.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's why the Lord is doing it, man. Go ahead.
Like taking when being
You still got more.
when they kidnapped his daughter, and taking.
Oh, taking you.
Yeah,
He went crazy. He went trying his shit.
That's it, yeah. Yeah, and that's why the Lord is determined, you know, to bring these nations together, man, to destroy them. You know? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, this is, I got another one. That was into that one, though. It was Zechariah 1:14. It says, "So the angel that communed with me said unto me, Cry thou, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I am jealous for Jerusalem and for Zion with a great jealousy.
Yeah.
And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction."
That's it.
That's them all villages. He said the heathens that are at ease. He said they dwell in safety alone. You know, look at Americans, man. They looking at what's happening. Keep check on. I heard that's what it was 3 times. They looking at what's happening across the seas. And like, oh, that's so sad. And it's back to the daily scheduled program. They don't really give a shit. See, Jake not gonna give a shit until it hit their household,
Exactly.
until it hit their children and their pockets, especially their pockets. Before, man, Jake love their pockets more than their own kids, man. You know, when it hit their pockets and their stomachs, not let alone their fucking pockets, but their fucking stomachs, their appetite. That's when Jake gonna start giving a fuck. Jake gonna be seeking every answer, every which way. They gonna be on their knees, praying and doing the unholy, man, for just to escape.
It's that scripture that's saying in their
I'm about to
affliction.
say what's the holy? Oh, like you know what the holy is.
No, it said in their affliction they will seek me early, man.
Yeah, and their affliction, my people,
They will be willing.
my people shall be willing in the day of my power, man. Who not gonna be willing in the day of my power? People getting slaughtered left and right, every which way. Like us around my every which way.
That's it, man.
People getting slaughtered every which way, man. We ain't gonna be. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and also you gotta think America is a great melting pot. So another thing, the reason why Lord destroyed this bitch, because all the heathens came over here and benefited off of it.
Absolutely, yeah.
They like, you know, like a woman that get raped, you know, like dude rape her, like yeah, drug her, then the other nigga come in, he already beat her up. He gonna come in. It's like a line of niggas. It's like, yeah, my turn. My turn.
Jago.
Yeah, bro.
Jago, he got his wife. And then she was a brothel mate, you know. The people just came and had her way with her. That was his wife.
Yeah.
The wife is stolen. The wife is stolen. Yeah, she did wrong. But then you further her affliction. You stole her and then you just pimped out.
That's it, yeah, man.
Yeah.
And the Lord is possessive. You said jealous in that scripture, right? The Lord is very possessive, man. With his wife, man. You know, which is Israel, man. You know, and you know anything about a possessive man. You know, he really, you know, he really want vengeance, man. You know, the vengeance is going to be upon the Lord, man. All right, and his righteous wrath, you know, it's going to be showed, and how he going to do these other nations, man.
Oh yeah.
You know,
For an example.
it's going to be an example, man, of what not to do. Go ahead.
I'll make an example of it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
That's it. Gonna be an example.
Go ahead, bro.
You want this Psalms or you want to finish
I'll
that?
get the song.
Psalms 110 and verse 3. It says, Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, and the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning thou hast the dew of thy youth.
Because Jake don't want to listen when everything going swell. But when everything going to hell, Jake gonna listen real good. Because it's why it's in their best benefit. And that's how Jake operates. Jake operates in their best benefit, man. What's their best profit? You know, selfishly.
Hey, if I may too, just like that movie Django, that nigga, what's his name, Steven?
Yeah.
He helped fund the affliction of his own people.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So you got niggas like that in this society.
But why?
that's-
Why? For benefits.
Yeah.
I ain't gotta suffer with them. You know, that's not admirable. Lord ain't looking at that shit like it's like sincere. You a sellout.
And they genuinely think that they're a part.
They genuinely think because
Especially
he was talking to Leonardo like he was one of him, like he was, you know, they treated him like he white. He was acting like he was white.
He said,
Treat him
no,
like that was his son.
no, don't do that.
He's like, no, that's not what I said. But Steve was acting like he was white. He's white folk. You know, acting like he was one of them. He wanted to be a part of the wealth.
He was an
But
Alpha.
you want to be a part of the wealth, you gotta be a part of the wine.
Yep.
I'm holding it, but you got.
Whoa, that was
You got to echo out. You got to finish.
Yeah, there's two more.
Go ahead.
Because this is what's to come. Zechariah 1:16. It says, "Therefore, thus saith the Lord, I am returned to Jerusalem with mercy. My house shall be built in it, saith the Lord of hosts, and a line shall be stretched forth upon Jerusalem."
Man, yeah, that's the Lord gonna build up the ruins of the tabernacles of David,
That's right.
the house of David. You
Yep.
see what I'm saying? And these other nations, you know, we don't know anything about when David was ruling. What did he have? He had these other nations in subjection, man.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? And they gonna be in line bringing us gifts, man.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? They gonna be in line willingly. You see?
Best.
After the Lord get through with them, man. Go ahead, bro.
What scripture you in?
He's in Zephaniah.
Zephaniah.
No,
Zechariah 1. So.
Zechariah 1 and what?
1 and
17 now.
17. Go ahead, get it wrong.
I was gonna say, man, they counting Joshua. The Lord over Joshua told them, put your fucking foot on their neck.
Yeah, with his son.
Yeah, put your foot on these niggas' neck. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put our foot on it. And we ain't gonna let up. Ain't no letting up.
No, the prophecy says that we're gonna beat him into shivers.
Yeah,
It says we're gonna beat him into dust, into powder. How you gonna beat somebody into powder?
Mhm.
We're gonna have so much power, we're gonna hit their ass, it's gonna turn to a red vapor.
Yeah.
And we're gonna bring their ass back together.
Because we made a mistake of. We made that mistake
Yeah.
when we didn't do what they do. Like,
Absolutely.
Like, so a good example was fucking when Saul didn't kill.
Saul didn't kill,
Yep.
Yep.
If he would have killed them, he would have got rid of
King
that whole
Amalek.
sea line.
Yeah.
Now them niggas right, them rats back in Earth right now.
And they festive.
Yeah, they
Last
festive.
It's an infestation of
Last night when it said it shall rain, we have about Shem Yahshua 1,000 years. That first 1,000 years is gonna be crucial. You gotta think, but we're gonna be in complete and utter servitude
Absolutely.
every fucking day. You know? Every fucking day besides the Sabbath, bro. They're gonna be in complete and utter servitude. They still get tormented on the Sabbath. So the first 1,000 years is gonna be crucial. Then after 1,000 years, then we're gonna get to enjoy all the fruits of the labor, man. They labor, just like how they enjoyed the fruits of our labor.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense, bro. Because the thing is going to be at one with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Mm-hmm.
And that fierce indignation, I believe He's going to put a spirit upon us to
Oh, yeah.
do that.
Oh yeah.
Because 1,000 years, like, represent also completion.
Oh yeah.
You know
Kind
what I'm saying? All the anger that's been built up over years.
And then it's like, because the Lord put bounds, like we opened up with, the Lord put bounds on these devils that they cannot pass. The Lord's also put bounds on us that we cannot pass. Because when you go into that word chain, like what we just got last night with Revelation 20, it means what? To be bound. What we're in chains. We're in these chains of darkness. You know? So when we leave these chains of darkness, then He's going to open up our understanding to the previous lives.
Right.
We're going to know who they was in the previous lives, the deals they took in each life, and what they did into us and our brethren. Because they going to see the shit they did to 2/3 of our people, because we going to love them too. You know, those are just our wicked older brothers or younger brothers or whatever. You know, but Lord will put that indignation, He's going to stir up that fury, you know.
Right. So that word, you said bound.
Bound,
The word religio in the Greek means bound down to hell. So that's what you get the word religion. And that's why Jacob, they mind, they won't let that blood of Jesus and all that shit, that Christianity won't let that shit go, because they bound, it's bound in them forever, man.
See it with a
Yeah, man, see it without that.
Hey, it's Mike to bring that up because that's what Esau and since did with us.
Mm-hmm.
When he during that period of rigorous captivity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He pretty much he beat his ways into us
Yeah.
to the point when it was gonna say he should put bounds upon the neck till he had destroyed it.
Yeah.
So now we like he destroyed Jake mind so much with us, so with anything he say he's gonna but it's gonna reverse. We're gonna do that to you, we're gonna beat your ass so much.
Yeah.
The heat is what Esau you'll be done
See,
away
that's
with.
in the spiritual you said that because we were destroyed through a lack of knowledge.
Mhm.
Because Jake eat poison every day and they not dead.
Yeah.
It's a miracle that they eat McDonald's and still alive to be 80.
Yeah.
That's a fucking miracle, bro.
Yeah.
So Jake is destroyed by a lack of knowledge, like Hosea say. But we actually gonna beat them niggas to shivers physically, you know.
It said in Isaiah 60, it said those that don't serve us, they're going to perish.
Yeah. Yep. Read that Zechariah
Get
1
down and lay
again.
down.
Read that 16 again.
Oh,
NLT. Because it's like,
Oh, no,
it's spiritual because it's the kingdom of heaven, but the kingdom of heaven already being built.
Right.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
is actually a good precept to Revelations 11 and 1. Go ahead.
Zechariah 1 and 16. And Yeah, NLT. But then also, because back then, I could be wrong, but wasn't the temple was going to be rebuilt
Yeah.
during that
Yeah.
time?
First, yeah.
So that was back
because
then.
Zechariah-
Like spiritual.
And that's what got them now, because the doctors is physical.
Right.
But
Yeah.
because they don't have the spirit, so it's spiritual.
Hey, just like when Yahweh Shai was saying, hey, you tear down this building now,
Yeah,
man. I'm-
it flew over their head.
yeah, it flew over their head, man. You said just like it's
Yeah.
flying over their head now.
Yeah, yeah.
And you get the simpleton sheep, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying,
yeah.
who don't have the spirit on them to know that, okay, that this is a spiritual temple.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a spiritual house that the Lord is building.
Yeah.
You know, and at first it's starting within our mind.
Yeah.
Kingdom of heaven is what?
Within you, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I got something like that.
Which, if we would never taught that, we would never know.
We would never know.
Yeah.
You read
Oh,
the scriptures
oh,
before
yeah.
the
That's-
scriptures.
that's-
I mean, before we were taught by men,
Yeah.
you would read these scriptures like, I don't know what that's talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Zechariah 1:16 NLT, it says, therefore, this is what the Lord says. I have returned to show mercy to Jerusalem.
That's it.
My temple will be rebuilt, says the Lord of heaven's
Yeah.
armies.
See, and that's the time that the time appointed for that was what, 1969. And that was the 300-year prophecy, right? I mean, it wasn't 300.
Yeah.
1960. Yeah.
350-year
Yeah,
prophecy.
yeah, probably.
3.5 days.
3.5 days.
Yeah.
ago.
Revelation
That was that. So it was in 1969. I'm vivid. You put up in the group earlier. That was the time for that to be fulfilled. And now we in this time right now.
Hey, it's the spirit. So what if the temple was built over there? It became bomb, right?
Yeah. Because it was tore down. It was sacked in 69 AD.
68 AD, yeah.
69, 70, 71 AD. Go ahead.
It says, and measurements will be taken for the reconstruction of Jerusalem.
Yeah, measurements.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, the Lord is measuring us now, man.
Yeah.
What's that? Revelation 7.
Oh, what you
Revelation 7:1, where the Lord said, measure the temple.
Oh, 11.
Yeah.
That's 11.
Yeah.
Okay, read it then. Yeah, that's Mike.
Because it said, keep going, finish it out, said line. Because the Lord measuring. That line is a plumb line.
Yeah.
And like you was going into how to make things crooked, because everybody that's crooked, where they going? They throw them in the fire.
Yeah.
Like, oh, no, this nigga crooked.
That was the
He
KJ.
gonna be tossing over fish and fucking ghosts.
Yeah.
Like, no, hell no. Like, no, that's good. You ain't got no
I do that with wood. Whenever you're trying to build a structure, you got any curved boards, you're not using that shit.
Yeah, because it warped.
Yeah, you got prime lumber, then you got standard. And then the standard, you gotta look through all that shit. But you get prime, basically all that shit.
It's on point.
So,
Yeah.
Not prime, premium.
Oh, okay.
Premium and standard.
yeah.
Broken brick, you throw that shit out.
Yeah.
It's understood.
Especially if you buying that shit. You buying them, you looking for them straight angles. You like, shit, no crack better not be in that shit. You ain't finna buy that shit.
That's what makes this. That's what makes the truth so much
Yeah.
more better. Because it's like we always got to keep ourselves in constant
Yeah.
remembrance of being on fire for the Lord. Because it's easy to get complacent. Because look around you.
Yeah.
You live in a world of complacency.
Mhm.
It's money because Yahweh Shai was a carpenter.
Right?
Mhm.
So he was everything. Hey, you can't make this up, man. The Lord was the carpenter with symbol what he's gonna do spiritually, build the house. What the
Yeah.
carpenter do? They built the house from the ground up.
God.
And he was a carpenter, man.
I think Zephaniah called the angels carpenters.
Mhm.
Finish that. I said the line because he's gonna measure. And the
That was
plumb
in-
line.
That was in the KJV.
And use a plumb line. Plumb line
Yeah.
uses gravity to see
Yeah.
if the building is
Right,
off centered, man. You
Yeah.
gotta find to make sure it's true. Go ahead.
Y'all say they use 11.
A level, yeah, that was the ancient level.
Yeah.
Now it's like a bar with a bubble in the middle.
Yeah.
You gotta match the bubble up.
Yeah.
But the ancient world it was gravity. It
Yeah.
was gravity.
Weight at the end of a stream, and you put the top of the stream, and that gave you a straight line.
And what they say? He said gravity was discovered by fucking what was it? New.
What, Isaac Newton,
I
yeah.
ain't been knew about gravity. Get the fuck out of here. What they use plumb lines for? Like come on, the pyramid. Oh,
Yeah.
those aliens. They didn't know about gravity. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here.
Oh, but that's beautiful, because like, I mean, let me get this. This is
Let me get this real quick because we just finished that. So Revelations 11:1 it says, and there was, and I remember reading this, trying to like before I got to break it down, I was like, okay, I'm trying to decipher this on my own.
Could he read that again so he
Yeah.
can kind of segue right into
Right,
it?
all right, go ahead, read that again.
KJV?
Yeah, you can read
No,
KJV.
he was in the NLT.
You can read KJV. KJV kind
I
of.
got the line in there for you.
Kind
Zechariah 1:16. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, I am returned to Jerusalem with mercies.
How did he return our mercies? To his son. What did John the Baptist say? Repent ye for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. You know?
says, my house shall be built in it, saith the Lord of hosts, and a line shall be stretched forth upon Jerusalem.
A line shall be stretched upon Jerusalem, and that line is the standard, the measurement, how to measure yourself, man. We measuring ourselves according to the scriptures. It says in Revelations 11:1, it says, and there was given me a reed like unto a rod, right? And when you measure something, you have what? Usually you have a ruler or a stick, you know? Even if it don't even have no markers on it, you can measure a stick with your thumb, you know? It says, and the angel stood saying, arise and measure the temple of God and the altar and them that worship therein. See, the temple of God is our bodies, man. Because it says in 1 Corinthians, it says you are the temple of God, you know, and keep it holy, keep it sanctified, man, keep it clean, you know. And the altar, who stands at the altar is the priest, and them that worship therein is Israel. It says, but the court which is without the temple, leave out and measure it not. So everybody ain't got nothing to do with this, man. The heathens. And then in Matthew it says, what? If you do not hear this word, he should be likened unto a heathen and a publican. So 2/3 are like heathens too. They will be counted as heathens.
They profane.
They profane outside the temple. What makes them profane? Because they don't keep the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh, Shemi, Yahushua. And even if they do keep them, they don't keep them sincerely. They don't keep them with 100% doctrine. You know, just doctrine is important.
Yeah.
It says, because even the 1/3 gonna believe the true doctrine. You know, it says, and measure it not, for it is given to the Gentiles, and the holy city shall they tread underfoot 40 and 2 months. All right, and that back then, that time was accomplished when they tread over the holy city 42 months, which is the same as those 350 in prophecy. You know, they tore us down. They had a time to reign. You know, and they celebrated our defeat, our downfall. But now is the time for us to celebrate this devil's downfall, man. The Lord is slowly approaching to that time that He's going to revisit the earth.
And if I may, just like an account of the book of Ezra and Nehemiah, when the temple was being built, you had those heathens that came up that tried to hinder the building. And the same thing's happening now. The 2/3, the heathens, and how they trying to hinder it spiritually, bringing out false doctrines, telling Esau to be saved,
trying to rouse up the people against us, trying to rouse them, but they don't understand that they only getting the ones that the Lord don't want. The only ones you gather is the ones the Lord already don't want. Because you can't do nothing against this truth. Before it.
Well, the Lord water.
If anybody got anything else, let them ride out. Let them all ride.
I can bless you. Gonna get your
I get this 2nd Ezra 9. I'm started 31.
9:31.
Yeah. 2nd Ezra 9:31. He said, for behold, I sow my law in you, and ye shall bring forth fruit in it shall bring forth fruit in you, and ye shall be honored in it forever. And we were honored because, like I said, we got the breakdown. We can attribute this to the times that's happening now, and the Lord. We're set apart. Hopefully, we're of the elect. You know, because the Lord is Lord willing, because the world, our people was getting this thing, but like I said, they wasn't getting it. But I'm saying it was delivered to only the ones that's made for it. Ready to call for your chosen.
And if I may, this is the Lord said what? It says I will sow my law in you, and it shall bring fruit in you. And you shall be honored in it forever. So, like you said, the bodies believe it now. Like, look at all of we all got the truth, and it started off with what, 3 men?
3 men, yeah.
In 2007, 8.
Yeah.
2007, 8. We don't know. I was a kid. I was in high school. No, 07. I was in middle school. You know, so the Lord sowed His law, and a few men. And I look at the seed. Look at the crops that it created, man. You know.
Verse 32. He said, "But our fathers, which received the law, kept it not, but observed not, but observed not the ordinances, and though the fruit of the law it's like it. In my glasses. For though the fruit of thy law did not perish, neither could it, for it was thine."
Perish.
Yeah, come.
You know, it couldn't. It said either the fruit of thy law did not perish, because it said the fruit of the truth has been so long without fruit. You know, it didn't perish. It just didn't have fruit.
It didn't have fruit.
The Lord didn't appoint that time.
Yeah.
But now it's starting to speak.
I just feel you earlier, about that earlier. You know how that seed was always in us.
Yeah.
It's just like dormant.
That's we brought that I think the last week or something. The MK Ultra.
Oh,
You know,
God, yeah.
that one word was spoken. It's like
Yeah.
got to that trans, bro.
It's like
Download.
when you brothers can attest when they do a lesson,
Mhm.
when the spirit take over and be like, man, that was fire. I ain't
Yeah.
even playing that.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like everything clicks.
Everything
clicks. Yeah,
Key words.
yeah. Key words. Yeah,
Well, we had to be at our lowest.
yeah,
The
yeah.
Lord said, in the land of their captivity, they shall bethink themselves. You see what I'm saying? We gonna remember ourselves. We didn't remember when we was on high. You know what I'm saying? When we was on top, we kept forgetting the Lord. You see what I'm saying? But in the land of our captivity, the Lord had to put us at our lowest point. You know what I mean? And then now that's the trigger right there.
Yeah.
You know, poverty.
Yeah,
And we seeing how these other nations is ruling the earth.
yeah, man.
Damn, you know.
Yeah,
You know what Ezra say, man. If the earth was made for our sakes, hey, why are they ruling, man?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now we starting to understand why.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we went off, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
That's beautiful because the next point said this was getting into
Yeah.
because you got to keep because once you get it, you gotta hold on to it.
You gotta retain it.
Yeah, he said he said yet they that received it perished. He said because they kept not the thing which was sown in them.
That's it.
All right, he said verse 34. I think is the point. He said and lo it is a custom when the ground has received seed and the seed of the seed of a ship, a seed or any vessel, meat or drink. That-
Or the sea of a ship.
Yeah, see, because when a ship is in the sea, it became what's that proverb Bruce Lee had made?
Oh, you put water into
He said you
a
put it.
glass,
Well,
it
he
becomes a
said
glass.
you put it in whatever it takes on that form.
Yeah,
so
it's
become
on-
that.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so basically through whatever we going through, we become that. We get through it spiritually. You know what I'm saying? So he said, let me read that over. He said, verse 34. He said, and lo, it is a custom when the ground has received seed. He said, or the sea, a ship, or any vessel, meat or drink, that brings forth perish within it, and sown or cast into. All right, so yeah, it's basically what do you call it? What's the name? When you put something in there and take the form of a mold.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, that was
I got a pre. This is Amos 9:11. And in that day, I will raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
It says,
That's quoted earlier.
It said what it said. It's in Ezekiel and it's in Revelations. It said the tabernacle of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is made with men.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
So basically, the Lord of hosts, the Lord of armies, you know, is made with men. Go ahead.
it says, I'll read again from the top, Amos 9:11.
Mm-hmm.
In that day, I will raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen,
Yep.
and close up the breaches thereof.
The breaches is all the gaping holes, man. So it can be a strong wall, a defense.
Yep.
You know, like I said, you have lively stones and you build with you. Go ahead.
And
Hey,
the breaches.
What you might was about to say what I was about to say.
He closed the breach by what? Bringing northern kingdom, southern kingdom together.
Yeah, and our understanding.
Yeah.
Because we had gaps in our doctrine. Yeah, we didn't eat blood. Yeah, we didn't. We didn't do all of these, but we was going off in other areas.
Yeah,
So he's
yeah.
closing up the breaches by bringing the correct understanding.
Yeah.
And another way he's closing up the breaches and the gaps is by true prophets, man.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
what about the false prophets? He said they didn't close up the gaps.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ezekiel.
Go
And
to
Ezekiel,
that.
yeah,
He said,
yeah.
you have foxes in the hole. You have
Yeah,
foxes
foxes
in the desert.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You're
saying?
not going into the gaps.
Yeah, you know.
No,
Yeah.
they made up the heads for the
Yeah,
house of
that's it,
Israel
and that's
to
the
stand in
protection.
the battle of the day of
To
the
stand
Lord.
in the battle of the day of the Lord, man. You know,
Right.
and that's because that's more important.
Yep. So what's the protection? Wisdom and knowledge to be the stability
That's
of
it.
that time.
Yeah.
So if you want to protect the people, then teach them how to fight.
Correct.
How do we fight? These
Yeah.
prayers, by fasting,
Yeah.
by being consistent, by staying in these scriptures,
Yeah.
by being amongst brothers. Because hey man, it's hard to stay clean in a world full of filth,
Yeah.
you know. But if you always around the brothers, then it's easy to be clean.
Yeah.
Easy to stay clean when you're already clean.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And the doctors of America it keeps you from that. 'Cause it's just like a melting pot. You have a Jake thinking he's trying to be like Esau. You know what I'm saying? It throws everything off.
Trying to be clean when you're
Yeah.
always around you, Mike.
Yeah.
Man, boy, you're gonna be going like a motherfucker. Because they're gonna be tempted all the fucking time.
All the
And
time.
Satan
Yeah.
gonna find your chink in your armor.
Yeah.
But
It says, and I will build it as in the days of old. Goes back to, and what was the days of old? Like the brother bring up with David when he was ruling. So what was it even?
Yeah.
In subjection.
That's it, man.
subjection.
Right.
Hey, King David rejoiced.
Yep.
It's in the Psalms. He rejoiced that the Lord gave him the strength to defeat his enemies, man.
That's it, yep.
And we gonna rejoice too. When we finally get Esau, Amalek, Moab, Ishmael, Ham. The scripture say, surely oppression make up a wise man. Man, we know we being oppressed. See, a nigga don't know. A nigga alone, he gets some chicken fried rice and some boxes, some blunts from Ishmael. He don't know that these heathens over there are meant to keep you at a low vibration.
Well, willingly ignorant. He don't want to know.
Yeah, he don't even want to know.
The angel got his ass calcified.
Bliss.
But we know. So
Yeah.
we see Ishmael prospering in our Elam stinking ass. That
Right.
shit vexes us, man.
We know who
But
we
see,
worship.
we know who we worship. Yeah, because I know for a fact that everybody that understands this truth, at one point in time, they wanted to know.
Yeah.
They wanted to know the truth. They wanted to know what really goes on, man. Yeah, because the Lord, what? Plant that seed.
Because it's like, I can test it. I'll speak for myself. I'm pretty sure you guys can feel it too, though. I always thought I was better than these heathens.
Yeah.
In the world, like, I'm better than this nigga.
Yeah.
You look at Elam and like, I'm better than this nigga.
Yeah.
Or even if you don't know, it's a question.
Yeah.
Why is everything? Why do black people dominate
Why
everything
they
we
put
touch?
it in that?
For me personally,
Just better.
I grew up with a lot of heathens. Like, I didn't see a lot of heathens growing up. I was only with Jake. But I would watch sports arenas, and I'm like, why are we better than everybody else?
Yeah.
Like, why black people just better? Like, we're genetically better. People already know we're genetically better, but now coming to the truth, it made sense.
Yeah.
Why they in a better
That's
position.
why. Yeah, that's why I'm saying.
That's
that
more
was
important.
That was my
Why they in
question.
a better position?
Yeah,
in a better position than we are, and we better than them.
Because that's actually a mystery.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
damn, we do this better than this. We got this. Damn, why we still fucked up though?
And now we know.
Now we
Yeah,
know.
now we know.
You
Yeah.
see? Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, verse 12, that they may possess the remnant of Edom
Yeah.
and of the heathen,
Yep.
which are called by my name, said the Lord that doeth this.
And I remember that because you gotta think the Edomites are gonna be done away with. So we're gonna possess the remnant of Edom, which remnant means remainder, right? Or the little left, their land. You gonna have a nation. You gonna have the whole world gonna be ours. Man. You know, go ahead.
It says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the plower shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes him that sows seed. So the brother that's working at these lowly jobs, and we gonna take your ass into captivity.
Because what Revelation 18 says, it says them that stood afar off, weak before a band, they can get judged too. You know, everybody that profited off Babylon and made them rich, man. All those people that trade with them, and we gonna swallow down their riches.
How did these nations get rich? It's through the Israelites. The first Wall Street. The first stock that was sold on Wall Street was what? Jake.
Yeah.
You know, how did China get rich? Getting in bed with the dollar. The dollar got its power through the blood, sweat, and tears of the Israelites.
Yep.
Slavery, this land, America, was what? The Northern Kingdom's land. And to this day, they still exploiting this land. Where do you think all the majority of the world's coffee come from?
Yeah.
Bananas.
Yeah.
Bananas come from the Caribbean. You think the tribe of Benjamin and Ephraim benefit off that?
Yep.
Or the other tribes that's over there scattered?
Yep.
Hell no.
And you know the coconut water y'all bought, right? You read the back of it, say from the Philippines.
Yeah.
You know, because it said Filipino I'm dealing with. She said coconut's so vast that they everywhere. They everywhere. They fall on the ground. It's like the berries that grow on trees out here.
Yeah.
And who the Philippines? A lot of them Jake.
A lot of them take.
They call them Negritos,
Yeah.
if you know, which means little niggas.
Little niggas, and also they take because they get colonized. Every nation
Every
had
nation,
had
yeah.
land in them, man.
Yeah.
Spain, France, America.
So we're gonna benefit, man. I mean, y'all benefit us, so we're gonna benefit off y'all.
Oh yeah,
Dope.
double interest. Go ahead up.
It says, behold, the days come, said the Lord, that the plow shall overtake the reaper, and the tread of grapes him that sows seed, and the mount shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt. And I know so mighty that this devil Trump is doing, he's a devil. And then really he's getting orders. Remember the whole ICE immigrant thing? That was really a tactic to destroy the middle class.
Yeah.
Because who benefit? I know I had a job. I was working at a little service sanitation doing a porta john. I just had to go to farms, and they have, the little porta johns there.
Right.
And I look on the farms. It's fucking Northern Kingdom.
Another kid, yeah.
They got shacks over. They actually living on the
They
farm,
living on the farm, yeah.
and they live there during the season of harvest.
Season harvest, yeah.
So, because I know I went there, like, what do you feel? He says it's his last day here because they finna close up the farm for the year.
Yeah.
We gonna see them back to spring.
Yeah.
So I put tools that, you know, the spirit jump on you, you like, oh, that's why that nigga doing that. It's really the whole ICE thing is really to target, destroy the middle
I was
class.
gonna say, I see that's the sharecropping.
Yeah.
That's basically that all over.
Yeah, all over again. And then they actually on job applications near in those vicinities. When I lived in Lafayette, every application I filled out, I always asked me that I do seasonal work.
Seasonal work, yeah.
So back then, down there was called Prairie Farms.
Mm-hmm.
So to hell with the middle class, to hell with this whole system.
Yeah.
I'm glad all this shit is happening.
I'm glad because it's all prophetic. All of these, the analyzers, and all of these coming up with all of these this propaganda and all of these scenarios. What I'm trying to say, how it can work, what happened if this, what happened if that, bro. We know the scriptures, we know what's going to happen. You know, who else was told?
I got a little more.
Let them ride. Go ahead.
Verse 14, I'll just read it to the last verse. And I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel, and they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof. They also shall make gardens and eat the fruit of them. And I will plant them upon their land, and they shall no more be pulled up out of their land which I have given them, said the Lord thy
It
power.
said they should plant gardens and eat the fruit of it. And what did it say in the curses?
I'm about to say that's the
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
that's
that's
the
reverse
like
it,
30 and 70.
That's it. Yeah, but in the curses it said what in 28?
You should.
Well, we should plant,
and
you know,
not
and,
thereof.
roughly saying, you know, yeah, and yeah,
We shall
exactly.
plant. It said we shall build houses and
Yep.
not inhabit them. We shall
That's it.
plant vineyards and not drink the
That's
wine.
it, yeah.
We shall plant crops and not eat thereof. It is.
Right.
I got.
God,
Yeah, money shall be put in a bag of holes.
Oh,
We shall
yeah.
hold it for one of all things.
that's it, yeah.
And you don't know. You should be destroyed until you consumed it. Even after it's consumed, you still gonna be fucking destroyed.
That's it, yeah. So like the Lord gonna reverse them curses, man.
Yep.
You know, and then we're gonna take part of the blessings. Go ahead, bro. That was it on that thing.
We're playing Uno. You got something on? No, you got something up? All right, shout. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying through the strength and the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And until next time, it's a Shalom.
Shalom.
Bravo. Chemotherapy 2026.
Soon.
Get fried and put to the
I don't
side.
know how to put yours up top.
Mine?
No, Dad's.
Make sure they all off.
I don't know how to put
It's
yours.
just more basic. Just press the.
Click the M.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, I'll play that game again.